Good morning. We are here for our next update on the urban aquaponics off the grid. Well, it's technically a hybrid right now. It's not completely off the grid. I'll explain in just a bit. Right now we're looking at our timer here, which is activating a pump. It's not really showing up on the screen there clearly. Yeah, so basically I time the pump into the sump, which is powered by DC power, direct current power, to our battery pack, which is ultimately powered by a solar, if you can't see out there, dish full of sink, a sink full of dishes, a dish full of sink. I can't tell the difference anymore. But yeah, so basically that sump is connected to this line here. The pump in the sump is connected to this line. Within there, it pumps the water on time basis up through this line, which is right now split by a T and regulated by valves, mini valves, and runs up to the top of these. They're 5-liter bottles, but there's about 4 liters of volume, 3.5, 4 liters of media volume in each of these right now, which we've installed. And yeah, so ultimately it goes through here and it runs out on either side there. You can see it is outflowing right now. Right now we've got, these are mostly sunflower sprouts, or microgreens to be technically correct, the bigger ones, and you can eat them right off the stem. And we've also got some chia and basil. I'm not sure at this point, they're very similar when they sprout up. I think these are basil at the bottom, and these might be chia at the top. I think so. And ultimately, the water outflows, drains here. Here's the water level in this grow basin there, into another level of filtration and media. Right now you can see those are definitely chia seeds that are kind of sprouting up. I haven't got my lighting sorted out properly yet. But yeah, so ultimately there's going to be 4 of these pods on each corner. These bottle 1.5 liter bottle, basically 3 bottles are seamed into one that acts as a filtration, but it needs to be pressure friendly, so water sealing was a big deal with these. And the design process we figured out. Boy over there's sleeping still. Yes. But yeah, so we've got another one hanging up out there. As you can see that get painted and getting ready to install as the next level on this. But yeah, there'll be 4 of these. Ultimately, this system basically designed for 4 on top. This square configuration. We've got 2. We've just installed the 2, and then 4 of these at this level. And ultimately, we plumb it in, and it all empties out into the fish tank, which adds new water that plants have cleaned. The roots of the plants have cleaned, ultimately out into the fish tank. The new water that is basically free of ammonia and nitrites and a little bit of nitrates, the plant nutrients, but the plants will gobble that up mostly. And when it reaches the level, the water there pushes the water from the bottom, so solids lift, overflow, and back out into the sump to complete a cycle. So I was telling you about the hybrid nature of this system right now. As you can see, I've got AC power on, which I can run AC through my DC system, my solar powered battery pack over there. However, I've decided, for now at least, to run the lights, and I can also run an AC pump. I had been running an AC pump in the previous updates, so I decided to run the lights and the 24-hour a day oxygen aerator for now. I mean, that can easily be run off DC without converting it into AC if you get the right DC aerator, the ones they use for live bait and fishing boats. But right now it's just using AC, and the light I don't really want to run from AC all day because basically I have limited capacity on my DC system, and so this system right now, as is, with the light and pump and aerator, is running it's needing about 30-35 watts, which is not a lot, and it's easy to run off the grid if you had a more reliable battery pack and solar setup. But I'm on a condo balcony right now, and so if I'm drawing 30-35 watts 24 hours a day, it's going to be straining on the battery, because there's times here, especially with increased cloud coverage from the increased amount of galactic cosmic rays in the atmosphere right now, something that's going on. So there's going to be less and less sun and more cloud coverage, I anticipate. So anyway, I can see it day to day that my system is good. 30 watts is not a lot during the day, especially, but to run at 24 hours during the night and let it draw from the battery even when there's not sun out, then it's not really, my system's not really built for that. So because I draw anywhere from maximum 80 watts, but I'm not likely to get that high, so I'm looking at 50-60 watts maximum when the sun's directly on those solar panels. And yeah, and then other times it's drawing 2 watts, 3 watts, or collecting 2 or 3 watts. Yeah, so that is the update, the third update, and like I said, we'll keep you updated on our chia microgreens and basil microgreens. So basically microgreens right now, because I don't have enough nitrates in the system to really support complex plant system, root system yet, and the fish are very minimal. It's only, like I said, 10 guppies, and there's some sucker fish at the bottom, and we don't have worm castings, so we're just going to go with microgreens now. For now, easy to grow, quick to eat and harvest and eat, and provide us with plenty of nutrition. But yeah, the sunflower seed, they're really tasty, but they do have a high ratio, omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, so that's why we are going to go with chia seeds and basil seeds right now, for now, because they do have a better omega-3 to omega-6 ratio, and that apparently is very good for you. And so we're going to do some trials with a lot of these microgreens and see what works best. Obviously what would work best is if hemp seeds were legal, and we could eat those, because those are very nutritious, especially on the omega-3 to omega-6 ratio territory. So anyway, that's it for now, and put your comments below and press like. Not really concerned about that, but anyway, there you are.